all sim all the time.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Sim Gaming Network, where it's all sim all the time. And hey, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, click the like button on the video, click that bell so you get notifications whenever I do any extra uploads for Madden or 2K, future games, past iterations. It's gonna be coming soon. All right, we're in that time of year where we're close to getting new content, and I'm excited for it. But for now, we're putting a new spin on last year's Madden game, because with football season right around the corner and Madden 21 info dropping, I have gotten into the football mood, and I went back to the drawing table and put a new spin on my Madden 20 sliders that is playing fantastic, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk as I show the sliders and kind of explain where I'm coming from. But you don't need to do a profile delete for this. Just go ahead and go to the main menu. This will work with existing franchises as well, so you're all good. You can just start playing with your with your existing franchise with this setup. So the first thing you're going to do is, when you get to the main menu, obviously we're going to head on over to settings. We're just going to kind of go through this in an order here. You're going to go to game options, and the main thing here is you want to have the skill level at all Madden and game style simulation. Now, I prefer quarter length of 10 minutes and Excel clock off. If you want to use Excel clock on, that's perfectly fine. Bump it up 14 minutes, whatever. This is just my preference, okay? Now, gameplay helpers, we don't want any of them other than I don't mind defensive switch assist. That's actually not overpowered in my opinion, so you can leave that one on, everything else off. Obviously, you can see the player sliders right here. The main two are injuries to 5 and player speed parity scale to 45. Once you got that, we're going to head on over down the line. We're just going to go to penalties. Penalties are pretty similar to my last setups. Max out all the sliders that have an adjustment, and then we're going to turn off ineligible receiver downfield. This is a Matt 10 fine. I'm stealing this from him. Shout out to him. He gets the credit on this one. And then we're going to turn off everything else other than offensive pass interference inside the main menu. Very easy, very simple. Knock this out. Let's go on to the next screen. All right, player skill. This one is a carryover from my last couple slider sets as well. We're going to zero out everything other than the special team sliders, as you can see here. This is on all Madden, so we're just zeroing out everything for the user. And when we go to the CPU, we're going to do the exact same thing. They should look the exact same. Super easy, just zero them all out, leave special teams at 50. Can't make it more easy than that, right? Next, because I do have some house rules for my set, we're going to turn off all visual feedback, because this set is on Pro and user input is then magnified, and we don't want the user to have an extra advantage, so we're going to turn off everything, and that goes along with the rule of no user catching on offense or defense. Let the players make the play. Okay, no user catching. It is too overpowered, too much of a boost. So we're turning off all visual helpers, other than, of course, previous play information and pre-snap menu. Another change, and I really like this one, is putting the offensive camera on zoom, especially for the passing game. It makes you actually have to focus and read the routes versus being able to see the entire field right from the get-go like you do on standard. So I do strongly suggest you use zoom camera for offense. Next, now this is not required for the slider setup. I just personally think I found a really good balance here with the volume sliders, and so I'm just going to show them to you. I think they're great. I have no issues. I haven't messed with these in a long time because I have had no issues with them. So if you want some good audio sounds for the game, just go ahead, grab the volume controls right there. Next is auto subs. This is a big change from the last set. We're going strictly all default here. 80 in, 60 out for every single position, offense and defense. All right, next, go into your settings inside your franchise. And first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go to league settings. And what we're going to change here is we're going to put the skill level down to Pro. Everything else should stay the same, or as you see here, if it's different. Obviously, clock time in Excel clock could be different if you have a different preference. But the main thing there is change the difficulty to Pro. Next, go ahead and we're going in order here. Go to XP sliders. If you haven't been using T-Dog's XP sliders already, you're missing out. That's what I'm using here. These are his XP sliders. You can either pause the video right now and implement them, or if you go over to my link in Operation Sports, I do have the link to his thread where he posts the sliders as well, but these are fantastic. I know the special teams aren't shown. It's because they're default for the kicker and the punter. They're just standard 100. Okay, next we're going to do the gameplay sliders. Now this is important because not only are you going to implement these right now, but after every single game, before you play your next game, you need to press that square button to reset the sliders, and then you need to press triangle to import the sliders from the main menu. After every game, you need to do this, okay? Once you get the hang of it, it won't take that long. Now, to make it easy for you guys to understand or to remember how this is done is the player skill side, the sliders are based off a value of 25, and the CPU is based off of 50. And so for the player skill, we only actually touch a couple of them because, again, I'm basing everything off of 25 and then adjusting up or down off of that. So as you can see, there's the sliders right there, and you can see a lot of them are 25 or very near to 25. CPU skill, again, we're basing it off of the default value of 50, trying to minimize how many sliders need to be adjusted. Of course, there are 3 that need to be adjusted for the CPU, and you can see it's wide receiver catching, run blocking, and fumbles. Now, with fumbles, I have it at 65. If you have an enforcer on your team, or maybe 2 enforcers on your team, and you're noticing there's maybe too many fumbles, you can bump that up to 70. I kind of have been going back and forth between 65 and 70 myself, but 65 or 70 for fumbles. And you can see we're doing the special teams here, not a big deal. I mean, it's pretty easy, 45, 45, 40, right down the line. And injuries, we're going to bump this back up to 39. That's a carryover from my last one. And fatigue is at 50. Obviously, everything imports there. Penalties. These are, a lot of them are the same as before, but in case you don't remember, offsides and false start are 70, holding 60. Face mask is default 50, otherwise you get way too many face mask calls. DPI is 75, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn back on all these things we had off in the main menu. We're going to turn them on, and on our way to do that, we're going to adjust the legal block in the back, and we're going to adjust roughing the passer. Now this is also from Matt 10. Now his setting is different. He uses 45, but we use different sets, and so for mine 40 works better, but the idea came from him. So that's it, other than you're going to go over and you are going to go ahead and make sure your auto subs, if you were using someone else's set and they were different, make sure they're all different 80-60. Now the last thing you're going to do with this slider set is you're going to want to do the quarterback edits. Okay, now I made a separate video for that, and I will put the video here at the end of the screen and link it in the description, and it's also on my channel. But in order to get great play, you also need the quarterback edits, and so if you haven't already, go check out that video. Otherwise, this is the setup. It's playing awesome. I really hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Stay tuned to the next video. Peace.